Have you ever watched the equestrian portion of the Olympics on television? If you have, then you've probably seen the horses clearing massive jumps in a vast arena, racing against the clock. This is the riding discipline known as show jumping. Show jumping is a horseback riding discipline where horses and riders compete to clear a set jumping course with the lowest amount of faults and the fastest time. If two riders are tied with no faults, then the amount of time it took them to complete the course will be the determining factor of who wins. Show jumping is a very popular discipline in the horseback riding world. There are many levels to compete at, from a local youth circuit up to the specific event in the Olympics. Show jumping requires finesse and skill from both the horse and the rider in order to clear the jump course at the fastest time with the fewest amount of faults. How show jumping works: if you ever plan on attending a show jumping event, it's important to understand how each class works so you don't want to miss a thing. One of the first show jumping events that I competed in was for my college team. It was a lot of fun and I learned a lot very quickly. To compete in show jumping, you need to register for the division you want to compete in. Memorize your course ahead of time so you don't go off course and get no time. Know when the timer begins. So when you're called to the arena, it's important to know when your timer will begin. It's usually a whistle or horn sound. Understand faults and eliminations. As you go through the course, you can develop faults that will affect your overall score. So the more faults you have, the less likely you are to win. So you need to be aware of the faults. Some of the faults could be knocking down a pole, refusing or running out a jump, getting off course, going over the allotted time to complete the course. Your score will be announced. So once you've completed your course, your time, faults, and overall score will be announced. When each rider has completed their course, the overall winner will be given that first place ribbon. When it comes to show jumping, you can find a number of different obstacles and your horse will have to clear. Some obstacles will only be found in certain divisions, while others are universal to every show jumping level. You could have a cross rail. It's a jump that appears in the shape of an X. A jump combination, which is multiple jumps spaced 1, 2, or 3 strides apart. An oxer, which is where multiple jump standard poles are used to create a wider jump. So it's one jump, but it's wider than the others. A wall, a solid looking jump that appears to be a brick wall. And a vertical, which is a jump made out of a single pair of lump standards with only one pole being used. If you plan on jumping or riding, you need to make sure you have a jumping saddle, a breast collar, sport boots, and bell boots to protect your horse. And you want to make sure you have your proper equipment, so that's helmet, vest, and everything you need to keep yourself prepared so you don't get hurt in case anything happens as well.